Hello guys, what is going on? My name is Sam, or Chaotic, and welcome back to another GTA 5 video here on my channel. In today's video, I have some new information and some new in-game images to share with you guys from the Doomsday Heist update. Last night, Rockstar shared some new images and information with us on social media, just like they did last time with the last update, Smuggler's Run. And last night, on Saturday, Rockstar shared 5 images in total. Whereas last time, with Smuggler's Run, on the Saturday, they only shared 3 images, then shared 2 more on the Sunday, and then 2 more on the Monday. So I'm guessing this time round, Rockstar will share some more images with us later today, and then again tomorrow, but I guess we'll have to wait and see, so keep an eye out just in case. Until then though, we have some pretty good new information from these 5 images they've released so far, so let's get straight into things and start things off with the first image. Now Rockstar shared this image at approximately 7:30 here in the UK, and was the first image they shared. So bear that in mind whilst you're on social media later today, because Rockstar may release some more images starting from around about this time like they did last night. But this first image is simply of the server farm mission, which was showcased in the trailer. This image doesn't reveal a whole lot, and we've pretty much seen everything that's in this image in the trailer already, including the outfits, the new headgear, and the Mark II weapons. But it's the caption of this image that Rockstar shared this with which is of most interest. They said, "Teamwork still essential. Crews can now play and complete heist missions with 2 to 4 players. The Doomsday Heist is coming December 12th. So unlike the original heists, these new heist missions can be played with either 2, 3 or 4 players. It doesn't look as if you require 4 players for all of these missions, which is one of the main issues with the original heist missions. Trying to get a crew of 4 players together, and then trying to play these missions without someone doing something wrong, or going the wrong way, or dying for stupid reasons. And then of course we can't forget about the fact that players often backed out halfway through the heist missions, which was super annoying, and of course meant these missions instantly failed, and you had to start all over again. So luckily, it looks like Rockstar have solved these issues with the new heist missions, and it means these missions are now playable with either 2, 3 or 4 players. So if you can't get a team of 4 players together, maybe there's just 2 or 3 of you, or maybe someone backs out halfway through the mission, you can still continue on and play these heists without them. But it was questioned last night whether Rockstar actually meant that some of these missions might need 2 players, whereas others might need 4. Quite like some of the missions that we had with the original heist update. The first mission, the Fleeker job, was a 2-player mission, whereas the rest were 4. And although this caption doesn't technically confirm that, I'm pretty sure this will not be the case. Just the way that Rockstar has worded this certainly sounds like they're suggesting you can play these heists with 2 to 4 players. Not either 2 or 4 players, depending on the mission. But whether these missions are any different or any easier or harder depending on how many players are playing the mission is another question I also saw quite a few people have yesterday. If there are only 2 of you, will the mission be harder or easier? Will there be less work, maybe half as there's only 2 of you instead of 4, or at least less work if there are less of you? Again, this isn't exactly confirmed in this post, but I'm pretty sure I'd imagine so. If there's less of you, the mission has to be a little easier or just less to do in general, whereas if there's 4 of you, I'd imagine it'll be a little bit harder to spread out that work across all 4 players. Anyway, let's move on though to the next image. Now every image Rockstar shared yesterday was shared exactly an hour after the other. So again, bear that in mind later today if Rockstar do share any more images. This one was shared at 8:30 PM here in the UK, and as you can see is of the new attack helicopter which is named the Akula. This name was displayed in the trailer, so we already know that it's named the Akula, and we know that it's weaponized. We saw a machine gun turret on the front of it in the trailer as well. And as you can see on the sides, there are also machine gun turrets. These are retractable, so the pilot can enable and disable these. And when disabled, they'll hide inside the helicopter with that metal plate over them, as you can see is above it in the image right now. But above these are missiles. These weren't shown in the trailer, and we weren't sure if the Akula would have any. But this image confirms that these will be an option and will be upgradable for this helicopter, so you can fit missiles to it. So maybe this helicopter will then go up and compete against the Hunter that we have in game. It's also worth pointing out the turret on the front too, which was presumed to be operated by the passenger, has 2 turrets in this image, whereas in the trailer there was only 1, so this is most likely also upgraded. As for the caption though the Rockstar used when sharing this image on Twitter, they said, "The Akula, transport up to 4, and comes equipped with a passenger-operated 50 cal turret, rear seat thermal and night vision cameras, and a stealth mode to operate off the grid. So then, a fair few cool features then confirmed in this post. So for starters, it is definitely named the Akula, and it seats up to 4 players, as we saw in the trailer. I'd imagine most of the vehicles releasing with this update will have at least 4 seats, seeing that these heist missions are of course up to 4 players. The Akula also comes with a passenger-operated 50 cal turret, so the one on the front is operated by the passenger who sits in the front alongside the pilot, and this will be available on the helicopter from standard when you buy it, but this only refers to there being 1, not 2, as shown in this image. So this is definitely an upgradable feature, and you should be able to upgrade it from 1 to 2. Rear seat thermal and night vision cameras, so the player sitting in the back will have the option to switch between the thermal and night vision using the camera on the front of the helicopter, and then finally a stealth mode to operate off the grid. Now as for this feature, I'm guessing the helicopter will have a special ability which takes you off the radar for a limited amount of time. Kind of like the feature where you can call Lester and remove yourself from the radar for a few minutes, or like the Ghost Organization mode as well. I'm not really too sure what else this could possibly be referring to, unless it has some form of invisibility feature or a cloaking ability, which is why the option of going off the radar makes the most sense. On to the next image though, and again, like the previous one, this image was shared on Twitter an hour after the previous one. This image displays the new submersible car. Now, although this image doesn't show a huge amount from this angle, there are a few things we do know about this vehicle. For starters, it will be both a car and a submersible. We briefly saw the car in the trailer in its car form. The wheels presumably tuck in and a panel covers them, which is why we can't see them in this image. The fins retract out from the car, they won't be sticking out as you drive around in its car mode. And this car also fires torpedoes when in the water. If you guys take a look at the front of this car, you can see the torpedo housing, which is now open. You can just about make it out in this image. It's not really that great though. This feature wasn't shown off in the trailer, but could be seen in the cover art for this update, which is something you guys may have not known, but I did cover and show off in a live stream yesterday. Then Rockstar released this image with the statement, "Cruise the Del Perro Freeway and explore the depths of the Pacific Ocean in the Stromburg, part of the Doomsday Heist coming December 12th. So this submersible car is named the Stromburg, and definitely is both a car and a submersible. As stated, cruise the Del Perro Freeway and explore the depths of the Pacific Ocean. This vehicle will also be available on day 1, next week, so it's not going to be held back and released as drip-fed content, and the same thing can be said about all the other content that's shown off in the images the Rockstar has shared so far. Just like Smuggler's Run, everything they revealed in the images following the release of the initial trailer was then released on day 1, whereas some of the content shown off in the trailer wasn't, such as the Hunter Attack Helicopter and the Bombushka. And honestly, I'm pretty sure the same thing will happen again this time. 1 or 2 vehicles will be held back that were shown off in the trailer and then released during special events as drip-fed content. And one vehicle I'm speculating will be held back is the Deluxo, simply because that thing is going to be so overly hyped and there's going to be so much anticipation for it. Rockstar will want to hold back that hype and release it at a later date, but I could be wrong. I guess we'll have to wait and see if Rockstar share any images later today or tomorrow of it. Moving on though to the 4th image, again, not a whole lot is revealed in this one that we don't already know. In fact, the exact same scene was shown in the trailer. We have 2 players accessing a laptop, presumably to steal some data. Now, this could mean the heist mission is either a 2-player one, or of course there are 2 teams split up into groups of 2. I'm guessing though this is inside the IAA building. Obviously we can't say for sure, but the IAA building is referenced and shown off a few times throughout the trailer. I highly doubt this is still the server farm, seeing the players are no longer wearing the same stealth outfits that we saw them in the trailer. This time they're wearing some paramedic outfits, which I believe are completely new. I'm guessing these won't be something that we can buy and wear in free mode though, although I'm sure there will be glitches to get them in the game anyway. Anyway, the caption for this image is, "Infiltrate, steal, escape. Tactical stealth is key, and make sure you're equipped with silencers and melee weapons for silent kills. Play and complete Doomsday Heist missions with 2 to 4 players. Hashtag GTA Online, the Doomsday Heist coming December 12th. So nothing too special we didn't already know revealed in this one, other than the fact it further confirms that these heist missions will be playable with between 2 to 4 players. One thing worth noting though, in case you guys didn't know already, this update is only releasing one heist mission into the game. It is not a series of heists like the original heist update from back in 2015, where there were 5 missions with various different setup and preparation missions. Instead, it's just one big heist, hence the name of the update, Doomsday Heist. But the difference being, instead of having just 1 or 2 setup missions and then a finale, this heist mission is much bigger and much more involved than that. Now, we don't know exactly how many setup and preparation missions there are, but I imagine there will be a lot. So far we know there's at least 4 or 5 missions, but I'd imagine there'll be a lot more than that, so I guess we'll have to wait and see. Anyway, but let's move on then to the 5th and final image the Rockstar has shared so far with us on social media, this one being the community's favourite from what I've seen, because it reveals the new tank. Now, not only have we been waiting years to receive a brand new tank in-game and an alternative to the Rhino, but this one also looks awesome too. Plus, in this image, we get a better view of the plasma cannon. Instead of firing regular cannon rounds like we have with the Rhino, you'll be able to fire bursts of energy, just like the railgun. Plus, the tank has a camo in this image, whereas in the trailer there was a completely different one, so this tank then definitely will be something we can customize, and most likely means we can store it as well. I'm not entirely sure right now exactly where we'll be able to store it. I'm guessing it's something we won't be able to store in our regular garages, but instead we'll have to have a new vehicle warehouse in the business properties we'll be getting, but again, I guess we'll have to wait and see on that one too. This image though was captioned, "There's a new tank in town, the Khanjali can be upgraded with a railgun cannon." So this tank then is named the Khanjali, which is actually a name that was shown off in the trailer, but as far as I'm aware of, wasn't associated with any vehicles, so we couldn't say for sure exactly which vehicle was going to be named this. But its full name is the TM-02 Khanjali. Importantly though, as stated in the information, this tank will have an upgradable cannon, allowing you to fit the railgun cannon to it. So this possibly means from standard, either won't have a cannon or just have a regular cannon, just like we have on the Rhino in-game, with the option then to upgrade it, like I said, to the railgun at the vehicle workshop. Again, this only confirms this tank will be upgradable and storable. As for other possible customizations though, I'm not really too sure what else you could even do to this, apart from change the paint jobs, the camos, and obviously the cannon, but there is one thing worth pointing out. In this image, we cannot see the minigun on top of the tank, which we saw in the trailer. This might just be because of the view of it with the cannon in the way, and I'm pretty sure either way it won't be usable just like the one on the Rhino, but it's worth pointing out just in case, because who knows, maybe there will be the option to upgrade this and fit one, offering a second weapon alternative. So there we go then guys, those are the 5 images and all the information Rockstar shared with us so far on social media last night. All of these were shared on Rockstar's Twitter, Facebook, and Instagram pages, so if you guys don't follow those already, it might be worth doing so, just in case they share some more images later today and tomorrow. I'm pretty sure they will, just like they did with the last update. They shared images on the Saturday, the Sunday, and the Monday before the update on the Tuesday. Either way though, it is definitely worth keeping an eye out for, and I'll definitely try and keep you guys updated if they do. With that being said though guys, that is pretty much it then for today's video. I of course want to get your thoughts and feelings on all of these images and the information. What do you guys think about these heist missions being playable with 2 to 4 players rather than needing 4 players like the last heist updates? And which vehicles are you guys looking forward to the most in this update? So go ahead and let me know by leaving a comment on this video. If you guys could also drop a like as well, it would of course be greatly appreciated and it helps me out a lot. And if you haven't subscribed to my channel, make sure you do, because I upload all the latest and the greatest Grand Theft Auto 5 content. So as always guys, thank you very much for watching, and I will see you guys next time.